Okay. In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another spontaneous edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub Nub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. How many of us have been children? Some of you out there in TV land, you are children right now, and you are not interested in what I have to say. I'm not interested in what I have to say. And with all due respect, it's because they also have childish minds. Regardless if the physical body screams, I'm an adult, and you can have 30 children, big house, 10 cars in the driveway, it does not mean that you are a full functioning adult. It just means that you are able to acquire those things, and children can do those things. There are children millionaires who have more money, more material things than so-called adults will have in their whole entire life. So if having things is a requirement to being an adult, then these children are adults already who are 15 years old, 10 years old. Some of them are even born with money waiting on them, so they are born adults. If that's the logic that you're using, what makes us an adult? Because an adult would not view me as a joke. They would listen to another adult. You don't have to agree, but you will listen to another adult on a serious matter that an adult should be focused upon. But these are children, and even in religion, they say, and they even are proud, I'm a child of God. A child, a children. So what are you talking to me for? Speak when spoken to. You are a child. They call themselves the children of God, and they never grow up. Never. Always a child. They don't even call themselves, well, I'm an adult, because you will always be your mother. You will always be your father's child. But you're an adult. And many of us, we leave our parents' home. But in religious teachings, this belief system says, I'm waiting to die at daddy's house. But at the same time, you want to live in my drug dealer, because physically maturing. They don't understand. They don't physically maturing. They don't understand. They don't know what's going on. So there's endless cats away, the mice will play. So if God is the Father, and clearly he's not here, you talk about him, but he's not physically here so that we can see and hear, and it's perfectly clear that God is here. So you do what mice do when the cat's away. That's what we do. And that's why humanity is in such bad shape. Because there are more children. Children are in power. Children are in authority. And what is it that your scriptures always say? The blind cannot lead the blind. So what do these children produce with this? What do this adult body produce when they produce children? Just another child. And the blind cannot lead the blind. So for thousands of years, we've had nothing but children. The child mindset. Children who bully and beat up on other children and force them to believe and do what they want, because I'm the popular one on the playground. And that's what we see right now. Children in charge. There's no adults. I don't see adults bickering and gossip and slandering and fighting and profanity, nastiness, bullying. Children. And what can a parent that is a child can teach another child? Absolutely nothing. That's why children don't respect adults, because what are you? What makes you better, wiser? What makes you smarter than me? I'm a child. What makes you smarter? You, Mr. and Mrs. Adult. Because you drink alcohol? Because you smoke some weed? Because you have sex? Children have sex and make babies. Children drink and get drunk and get high. They shoot guns. What do you do as a parent, as an adult? What do we do that children can't do because you're a child yourself? You can't answer. I take them fishing. Children know how to go fish. You're supposed to have, as an adult, you're supposed to have more wisdom. And that's why they cannot respect you, because a child is not going to respect another child. But when mommy and daddy come home, or the babysitter tell you, all right, I can't hit you, but when your mommy and daddy get home, you see the children start straightening up. Don't come home, because this has been going. That's not going to work, because so-and-so, why are you going to put so-and-so in charge? I'm older than so-and-so. I don't like so-and-so. So as soon as mommy and daddy, I ain't listening to nothing you have to say. Because a child not going to listen to another child. Unless that child is bigger and stronger, I'm going to show you. That's the only way. Violence. Children don't respect another child. So what do we do as an adult? What do we do as an adult that shows that we are beyond being a child? What is it? I ask these folks all the time, they don't answer. Why you won't answer? But we all were children. And I've grown to learn because I was a child myself. All children not dumb. Some children are actually smarter than many adults. Have more integrity, more wiser than some adults. This is true. I remember as a child, less than 10 years old probably. I'm very sure less than 10 years old. But as a child, I understood the benefits of being an adult. And for many children, I can't wait till I get grown because I want to do my own thing. I want to do this because I'm tired of being under mommy and daddy or whoever telling me what to do. I want to be grown. They want to be grown fast. As a child, I understood that I'm only going to be a child one time. I saw my mother, I saw my father, I seen the adults. I didn't want no part of that. There was nothing they was doing that the smoking and the drinking and partying and whatever adults do, I was not impressed. I didn't want none of that. As a child, I understood I only have one time to be a child. As a 30, 40, 50-year-old man or whatever, going to Disneyland, surrounding yourself with children or whatever, trying to be what you sacrifice to be what you become. You can't go back and get that. And that's why every Friday night, every Saturday night to Sunday morning, you want to return to your childhood. You want to smoke and drink. You want to party and have fun because many of you wanted to grow up. You couldn't wait to be an adult. But then when you saw what it took to be an adult, the reality of being an adult, now you wish you was a child, but it's too late. You can't go back. No matter how childish you are, no matter how drunk, no matter how high, no matter what you do, you can't go back to your childhood. I don't care how many times you go to Disneyland, ride a roller coaster, see Mickey Mouse. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? You'll never be a child again. Once you decide to start having sexual relations, you'll never be a virgin again. You can't go back. You can be celibate, but you can't go back. Once you do the deed, it's over. I was a child. I understood this. And I was not in a hurry to be an adult. Because as a child, I understood the seriousness, the responsibility of adulthood. I want to be a child as long as possible. And plus, nothing that adults did impressed me. You want to grow up too fast. So later on, my peers, why you don't want to smoke? Why you don't want to drink? Look at that girl booty. Woo! Don't you want some of that? Oh, because that's what you have to do in order to be grown. You got to smoke, drink, and spit. You can't weak. A lot of us minimum wage. We die. We was born poor, and I don't care how long you work, you're gonna die poor with nothing. You can't wait to experience babies crying, mama, I'm hungry, daddy, I'm hungry, the car need gas. Y'all can't wait for all that. I want that now. I want to be grown. So after we get grown, I meet some of my peers, once we become adults, I meet some of my peers who could not wait to become an adult. How you doing? Hey, I ain't seen you in a long time. What's up? What's up? What's happening? Man, I wish I was like you. I love my children. I like the life, but I wish I was like, I should have waited for this. They wish they had waited. You can't and get your childhood. Since I was not in a hurry to grow up, and I remained a boy as long as possible, I learned and saw females not as sex objects, not as a breeder. I saw them as the human being that women should be, that females should be. No more than myself. We're supposed to be looking as men. We were supposed to be looking for girlfriends. You wasn't looking for a girlfriend. You was looking for a sex object. Because many of the men around boys teach the boys how to be loose and view women as sex objects. And even in religion, you are taught that the woman is below you. You don't walk together. You don't walk together. Because in religion, they teach God is the top. We never see who this God is. I don't know how, but he's at the top. It's always a he, not a she. It's always a he. And the man, the husband, boyfriend, whatever, he comes in next. And then here you are, a woman, you below, under the bottom. And then here come the children. It's God, husband, man, wife, woman, and children, and then your dog Scruffy. Why I gotta be on the bottom? Scruffy said, why I gotta be on the bottom? Because you're a dog, Scruffy. And the woman ain't too far from the dog. Maybe that's why they call her the B word. And he called himself dog. But I learned. And so when I got into religious teachings, I really couldn't understand what I was being taught because I did not see females being below me. In fact, is Washington, D.C. You don't know the capital in your own state that you live in. An adult. That's why we can't communicate, because I know I'm talking to children. I can communicate more than these so-called adults use 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You ain't learned nothing in all your life. You ain't learned nothing. Regurgitating stuff that you got from TikTok and YouTube, and you read all these books and I'm a scholar. You wasn't interested in school. Some of you didn't even graduate, but you listen to all these YouTube scholars and you got a book and DVDs, and all of a sudden you are a scholar. You know all this. Until you meet somebody like me and show you don't know nothing. Because you don't even have common sense. You have no reasoning skills. You're not a thinker. You're just a regurgitator. You're just a plagiarist. So being and have always arrested the mess with, because that's how what bullies do. Bullies only pick on the your God. You're just like your bully God. Evil, wicked God. I'm going to do this to your family. I want you to show that you're loyal to me. Kill your brother, kill your sister. All this type of talking rhetoric is not coming from the devil. It's coming from the so-called peace lover, this God. Something is wrong. You can't replicate what Malcolm done. You can't replicate what Marcus Garvey done. And all within. Dr. King was not looking to be a celebrity. Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Huey P. Newton, and Fred Hampton, nobody was looking for celebrity. Taking their understanding, I want to change this. I'm tired of being in this position. I'm tired of being oppressed. Get off my damn back. They weren't looking for Cash App donations. Help me buy a new Jaguar, a new Mercedes Benz or whatever. Didn't Malcolm X say, in the white community we don't have celebrities representing their hurt and their pain and what oppressed them. In the black community, comedians and rappers and dancers and singers standing up, they supposed to represent our hurt and our pain. There's always exceptions to the rule, because we had a brother like Paul Robeson. We had Muhammad Ali. We had other persons. Always exceptions to the rule. But celebrities, personalities, they can't help you, because their bread and their butter depends on bowing down and submitting to the oppressive society. If you really want our situation to change, then we have to have a revolutionary mindset. Revolution or to rebel. How you gonna call yourself a revolutionary living in a mansion, driving the white man's fancy cars, a Tesla or whatever? You part of the problem. The rebel or the revolutionary, look, the revolutionary don't care nothing about generational wealth. Oh, why you say that, brother? The revolutionary don't care nothing about generational wealth when that money and that wealth is still connected to your oppressor.